This is Dan Tracy coming to you from Germany. I'm here with Harald Eckert, and we're at a Christian retreat center called Ebenezer in Germany. Now, Harald, we were together just a week ago in Frankfurt at the second Israel Kongress, and it was a gathering of politicians as well as Christian works.
It was a coordinated congress between Jewish groups, Christian groups, and secular groups, which is a special combination. And I would say overall it worked very well.
I know that you had an opportunity. Dani Ayalon was there from Israel. Yeah. You know him, and we were able to talk to him. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us what his function is in Israel, and can you give us a little bit of insight into what the two of you shared?
Yeah, he is the Deputy Foreign Minister of Israel. Actually, I think it was the first time he was in Germany in his office, which was something special. So he was the first day with us in Frankfurt, second day in Berlin. And he asked a few people to come to talk with him behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. And I had the privilege to be one of them.
One thing that the last year has proven is that the main problem in the Middle East is the deficit of democracy, the deficit of liberty, of human rights, of freedoms. And it's not the Palestinian problem.
So we knew each other before, we met before, and he was interested to get a perspective from me on the political side of things. How do I estimate the political situation with government and chancellor and parliament? And then on the second track of talking, we talked about the Christian support of Israel in Germany, how I would evaluate that.
I know that in an interesting way, he's quite interested in the Christian Friends of Israel and puts quite a high value on that. Mm-hmm. Did he say anything to you along those lines?
Well, it is true, and it's well known amongst, Christian circles that have an interest for Israel that he is very open and very interactive. As, by the way, is Prime Minister Netanyahu as well. He just put out a message a few months ago, 2-3 months ago, to Christians all over the world, inviting us to strengthen relationships and cooperation with the government of Israel. And Dani Ayalon goes very much in the same direction.
That's a fairly new development, if I understand things correctly.
Well, it started about 8 to 10 years ago in the second Intifada. But everybody stayed out of Israel. Only two groups came. One was the diaspora Jewish community, and the second one was evangelical Christians. And that woke many of them up. And so there was a Christian Allies Caucus was founded, for example, 7-8 years ago, and some other very public signs of cooperation and interaction. But it's growing. It's growing from one level to the next level. And I think with Netanyahu, Ayalon, and others who really cherish this cooperation, they are creative. How can we develop? How can it be more practical, more constructive, and more fruitful towards the outside world?
I know that an Orthodox Jew would view this quite differently, and there's quite a strong Orthodox Jewish part of the government. Do you see in these relationships that there's that kind of a tension?
Well, not in those relationships. They have made a decision, and they have decided to look out for cooperation with evangelical Christians that are have to share the same mentality that solidarity to Israel is important and the defense of Israel's legitimate rights is very important, even in public, even amongst the different nations. So that's the ground of cooperation. And if there's a hidden agenda, then it's getting difficult. But on that basis, they know what they want, and they also are clear within Israel. And actually the conference I mentioned in November, one of the purposes is to raise the profile and the acceptance of evangelical Christian support for Israel within their own Israeli nations.